I just want to read a quick passage. I'm really into this. It's a Navajo creation story. I want to read a little bit of it for you. Step by step, he drew closer to them, shaking his paw at them until he made as to pursue them. At that moment, he would jump backwards and again place himself out of their reach. Not true.
All right, this one's called Spellbound. Let's see here. The world is my forte, but I love with you. Still you ache for a fantasy driven within cash. Although rant can't come, the morn light spellbound fortress, heating sleeping confidentials. You court our love and my confessions of the same, while you threw helplessly in the sea of ambiguity of whatever you and I are, soothing and relaxing and thrusting music upon the realm, epidermis of my emotions. I am intoxicated by your knees. They actually held a bead of moisture, extradermis from flesh, presenting your own wetness and the fictionness between our gloves, pulsating and unwilling to take it to the next level. A bruteness between you and I, the world, numbers 24, just another woman.
All right, gather around, everybody, while I tell you a story. It's a fairy tale about a brave prince. A brave prince and his first love, his button-nosed princess. They were the talk of the town. They did it all, walking around, 69ing each other in public places. This guy knows what I'm talking about. All right, they would go to job interviews. They would get kicked out. They would eat flour walking around the streets of New York. One day, a brave prince, he was sunbathing on the top of his boss's roof. His boss caught him. Before he could get fired, he quit. He cited that all the black people at his job were talking about him behind his back and passing notes. Needless to say, he had a lot of time to sit around and think because he was unemployable. He came up with crazy concoctions, crazy conspiracy theories about his princess at Coney Island on her knees by the carousel, blowing guys in rotation. He could not get this thing out of his head, and so he bothered her, and he pushed her, and he pushed her, and he pushed her, and he went through her personal items, conducting random panty raids on her. She had enough of this. She went to go move with her mother-in-law of upstate New York. But our brave prince, he was very persistent, he was very headstrong, very stubborn. He got a cab. For 3 weeks straight, he observed her out of this running cab. He decided he had to get inside of her mind to understand these blowjob frenzies. He saw the way she bathed her body half in the morning and half at night, the way her hair blew through the wind. He decided he had to become her. So he went and got a favorite Dolce & Gabbana dress, some pumps, and got his hair did up with peekaboo highlights. He walked around New York until he found a carousel full of vicarious co-eds. He dropped to his knees, said a little prayer, and blew each one of those boys to completion. He documented this process in a performance art piece at the Brooklyn Fine Arts Center that got mixed reviews. He carried around with the Andy Warhol and the Three Fantastics and achieved moderate fame. However, he came crumbling down as a result of the love for this princess. They found him bottomed out in the crawl space of a parent's house, naked, with nothing but a snow globe with a carousel inside of it. But let me tell you something about this prince. He bounced back. He's a respectable member of society now. He is a very good man. People love him. And he has a blog called Chris's Corner. And let me tell you something else about that prince. That prince is me.
There's 2 ways to win a basketball way. 2 rules that you need to follow. Rule 1, go 1 step ahead of the competition. Rule 2, consult Rule 1. I whispered in her ear at the dinner table. As long as I have a face, you have a place to sit down on. She giggled as she dug a number 2 pencil down my urethra and placed the dandelion in between my nutsack and butthole. Damn, what a great time we had together. During that time of my life, I didn't have a job, and I was publishing a little leaflet that I would hand out on the corners so that everyone would know that I was giving her the high hard one on a regular basis. I told them how I found her. She was a nerd, and I taught her to be a total freak in the sack. The things she used to say to me used to freak me out. One time she told me to do her deep with my cork sword inside of her belly to give her a baby. I was disgusted because she was saying it in her baby's voice as she suckled on a crucifix dangling on my neck. I knew I had to dish this emotional vacuum as soon as possible. So I started making crazy demands of her. I told her to do her homework in the dark and eat her cereal with a fork. one time, she told me she wanted me to do her bareback at Lollapalooza in front of a bunch of frat boys. I knew she was trying to get pregnant, so mid-stroke I slipped a condom on. Unfortunately, it broke. But fortunately for me, she didn't realize that I was just doing the place in between her legs. She was so doped up on Dayquil and NyQuil. I decided it was time to end it, so I got a golf club and I bashed the door in. I brought 2 twins in that I knew could squirt. I laid out a nice top on the floor, and I was just rolling around on it. It was nothing sexual, just, 3 kids having fun. She walked in with a sack full of hot tops, 2 tops she bought on sale. I'll never forget her face because, I was laughing, but she was laughing too, but she was also crying.
It's the fire.